Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Delicious in Dungeons Season 1, Episode 8. Last episode was a fun one, guys. We defeated a kraken, and we tried to eat it, but didn't eat too much of it. It seems like it was bad on the initial bite, and they didn't try anything else with it. Maybe they'll use some of the leftovers or something, but they ended up eating the parasite that was living within the kraken. And poor Laios ended up he tried to eat it raw and ended up eating one of them. So his stomach was getting torn up, but I'm sure he'll be okay. Um, we also had one of my favorite moments in this show, and one of the funniest things I've seen in a while was, or maybe just conceptually, not like laugh out loud, ha ha ha, but conceptually funny. The fact of Laios singing over the mermaids in order to counteract their like siren call kind of ability was just hilarious to me. I love that idea. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, we had Senshi kind of worried about the ecosystem with how many fish they were killing and stuff like that, but realized that the dungeon seems to factor them into the ecosystem, so maybe he won't be as, reprehensive against Marcille just exploding everything, but maybe he still will be. Probably something that isn't easy to fix right away. We also had that same adventuring party that we saw in a previous episode that got taken down by the insects. They were apparently paralyzed and not dead. They came back hunting for our crew who took some of their stuff and ended up getting taken down again. This time, I don't know if they're dead or if they're just like paralyzed or something, but I feel like this might be a running gag as we go here, is seeing these guys randomly pop up. So yeah, let's watch this episode and see what happens this time. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Alrighty. It's always funny how these Netflix series, like, I mean, it makes sense, but they seem to always show the opening first. I don't know if it did in the first episode, but at least everything preceding the first, everything coming after the first episode. Whereas a lot of other anime that aren't normally on Netflix will just randomly throw you like a cold open. Alrighty, let's go. What? Oh, they still trying to heal him? Uh-oh. Uh Okay, so that carried over. It wasn't just gone the next episode. Sometimes that stuff happens. Hmm. Interesting, okay. How dungeons are made? This could be interesting. Oh. She's a smart girl. I can hear you guys talking about me. Spirit cultivation. Hmm. Oh. Interesting. Build a safe dungeon. Interesting. Hmm. Oh, is this Fallen? If you open your eyes, you might have seen where you're going. No. Mm-mm. You mean the mold? Oh my god! Well. Did she do a good job? Or bad? Ah. Special soil? Damn. She was like doing stuff with her staff before. I wonder if that's the same one that she uses normally. Just the booty shot. I don't know why. I wonder if she's doing like magic stuff and like twisting it like she was doing before and all that until it ends up being the staff that she has in the present. It's cool though. And now all they do is kill things and eat it randomly. This is a cool little flashback episode. Okay, so going through that hole in the wall wasn't the dungeon. This is the dungeon, okay. I thought they were just, like, frolicking through the dungeon. Hmm. Bunch of spirits everywhere. Just keeps it in her hood. Oh, her first death was to a slime, right? Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so maybe not right now. Ah, so she learns about the ecosystem here. Interesting. The circle of dungeon life. Is this why she becomes a dungeon explorer? Is this why she's in the group with Laios? She wants to learn how a dungeon functions. Oh my god, this is Fallen? I'm just kidding. Oh my god, this is Marcille? Stupid. Yeah. Can't hear you. Ah. No. Nice. Oh no. I guess it's a form of praise. Alright. That's cool. Seems like he might be feeling better. 2 days. We're getting close. Yeah, it might not be there, but getting that's good though. I do hope it's not like a end of the show kind of thing where it's like, oh, we'll save her eventually. The longer it goes on, the less I believe that she'd be alive still, right? Oh, nice. Using magic to heat the water, seems like. Oh my god. We don't care. Hmm. I like how they're sitting away and not watching, and then like they hear that, they're like, "What's up? What's happening back there?" Uh oh. What happens when you pour boiling water in the normal water? Uh oh. Yep. What have you done? You've upset the balance. Uh oh. Oh no. Yeah, and Undine or Undine. I don't know how you say it. Oh no, the candle's burnt out. Jeez. Water can be dangerous, man. Oh, it looked like a hit. Explosions are kind of fire. Well, the animation even seems, oh shit, off. Damn, that went right through her leg. Nope. Oh man, right through the shoulder. Interesting how they changed up the art style a little bit for this, it feels like. In some shots, obviously others are normal. Oh, nice. Oh shit. Catch her. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, they grabbed him. Oh my god. It's huge. Run away. Damn. Is she healing magic herself? Oh, low on mana. That's something you can just learn, I guess. I mean, she should recover her mana over time. I just don't know how long that takes. And then she can heal herself the rest of the way, maybe? Or they'll find a way. Hmm. Get some, healing food. Oh my god, look at that. I want to eat it all by myself. No. Gave her a little bit. They're even like sizzling it, like you see that in a I don't know the method of cooking that is, or the style of restaurant or something where you actually like they bring you raw meat and you cook it yourself over like a hot top table in front of you. Her face. Oh. Shove it all down, Marcille. Huh? Please give me the other parts too. Hmm. Oh, the smell of the food cooking. Ah, it's her again. What's wrong about that? Why can't you grow meat here? Alright, well. That was a fun episode. Nice flashback stuff, and then we got a little bit more of present stuff. So, obviously, once the outro's done, I'll talk more about it than just that. I guess I can start, though. cultivating spirits was cool. I really like the idea, and it led to summoning magic, which led to the idea of Marcille creating dungeons, or wanting to, creating a non-harmful one. It's really interesting. I never really thought about the idea of creating a dungeon, but you know, that's why she's here, I'm guessing, is to learn the ecosystem of a dungeon to be able to create one herself eventually. And even just that one little spot in the past with Fallen taught her so much. Like the slime that doesn't come into the sunlight, the spirits that are living off the mana, the bats whose droppings are eaten by the slime and then processed into mana, which is what's sustaining the spirits. She just didn't get to see what the bats are eating to sustain the bats, but just seeing this circle of life within the dungeon is just interesting. That is it, guys, for episode 8. Raspberries and grilled meat. Nice. But yeah, so like this idea of building a safe dungeon and everything, I wonder what use she'd have for it, like monsters that are helpful. I mean, we obviously see that a lot of the monsters are edible, so it could be like a farming food source, maybe, you know? It could be like, if you manage a dungeon properly, it could be a way to train new adventurers, potentially. But yeah, I just imagine that dungeons were just something naturally occurring, but she even talked about how the mage that this one originated from, seemingly, it seems like the mana and stuff might have been at least started. Maybe it became an ecosystem that sustains itself, but like it must have been a very powerful mage that seemed to have started it. I kind of thought that it was just like the dungeon occurred and the mage showed up. Like, I didn't really think about the fact that the mage like created this place to be a dungeon kind of thing. So I don't know. It's just fascinating. It's something that I never really thought of, and I didn't really expect to show up in a show like this, because this show is a lot of like just fun one-off adventures of them just fighting some crazy creatures and then finding a way to eat them if they can. I didn't expect to go into that level of depth of like, potentially, are all dungeons in this world just built by some crazy mage in some way? I don't know. But yeah, so that flashback with Fallen was cool. We were seeing them cultivating the spirits, and her as being one that, you know, the mana was too light in the jar. The barrier on the top had some holes in it. There were a lot of flaws, but she used soil and water from the dungeon, which was already very rich with spirits and mana and stuff like that, and that allowed her spirits to be way crazier than anything that even Marcille, with her like perfect magic control and everything, was able to do. So, and then them spending time together, finding out that, you know, it seems like she didn't have too many friends. I mean, that makes sense. If she's always going there to read, they always say she's skipping and she's covered in dirt. So, because she's always going there to that area, getting covered in dirt probably on the way there, and then sitting in the dirt reading and all that, and then maybe coming back and people see her. But people being a little, I mean, at least they didn't really necessarily do it to her face, at least from what we saw. But yeah, she didn't have many friends. But after meeting Marcille, she, you know, wrote back to Laios saying she made a friend and all that, and that's really cool. And apparently Laios has really good dog impressions. Yeah. Anyway, that was really nice. It was cool just seeing kind of like the past of Marcille, her being, you know, as long as Shilchuk isn't right, as long as she was telling the truth and wasn't lying, she seemed to be like a genius in the field of magic, and it seems like it's been passed down from her mom being magic oriented and stuff like that, being in that school and stuff like that. And then she went there and she was able to kind of follow in her mother's footsteps a little bit and all that. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Um, I wonder if pouring the boiling water, like, was that Undine there no matter what? Or was it pouring the boiling water in there? Did that, like, piss off the water Undine? Did it, like, hurt it so it didn't like it and that's what activated it? Or, or what, you know? Like, I don't know. But, but yeah, that thing was brutal. Just like a ball of water that seemed like incorporeal. Like, I don't know how you kill it, right? Like it seems like every time she blasted it, it just like dissipated in the water and reformed or something like that. They said they needed fire to stop it, but how do you like take fire and just like do you just like poke it with a stick of fire or something like a torch? I don't know. But it was able to fire out like beams of water that were just, you know, I mean, water's scary. Water can really pierce through things if shot at the right like velocity and everything. So, you know, just going right through her leg and her shoulder and taking out what like the I know she's not specialized in healing. Like she's not the main healer. Like she's not a cleric type thing, but she has some healing and you know, they took out her only healer and I like that they helped, like, they said the liver is, like, rich with iron and stuff, which is iron in your blood and all that. So I don't know if really, like, eating liver would help with wounds like that, or at least help you, like, recover some of your blood or anything like that. But I like the idea that just eating is, like, a medicine to cure, but then she's, like, low on mana as well. And we saw the like dwarf looking lady. I don't know if she is considered like a dwarf in this world or if she's just like short and stocky, right? But either way, she was the one that just took off and wanted to think about her own well-being, so she's gonna be an awkward situation running into her own her old people, her old party and stuff like that. And she said, "What idiots would be grilling here? Like, is there a reason not to? Is there like a monster that would smell it, or does she just not expect like people this far in the dungeon to even have meat anymore? Right? Like because you're so deep in that stuff like goes bad. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll learn. Maybe it was just kind of like, what kind of crazy people are doing this shit down here? Um, but." I wonder, I mean, I imagine she's probably not going to join the party, but I wonder if they'll stop and eat and find some respect in the way that they're traveling the dungeon and eating things or whatnot. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, fun episode. Really liked it, and I can't wait to watch more. That's going to be it for me, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want more. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.